My husband Dave and I farm with our 4 children in Waiau. Our property is a 2,000 hectare sheep and beef property, but we're diversifying into bees as well at the moment. I've been wanting to do Understanding Your Farming Business for a few years now, and this year just was the right time. My children are growing up a little bit, and we've also come out of a fairly intense drought followed by an earthquake, and it felt like this was a time that I needed to step up and really start contributing back into our farming business. After the earthquake, we spent a lot of time just surviving, and at the start of this year I made the decision that I was ready to start thriving again. I wasn't just going to stick in that survival place, and so doing this course was the start of a time of thriving. Before I did the program, my role in the business was primarily bookkeeping, doing the accounts and paying the bills, but also being a sounding board for some of the decisions that we were trying to make as a farming couple. But oftentimes I didn't feel like I understood enough about what was going on. After doing the program, I feel much more confident to be involved in the strategic decisions on our property.
Having Rebekah more involved in the business has actually allowed her to take on roles that traditionally I've carried, and that's freed me up to have probably a bit more balance and to tag along when everyone else is going to town or sport, so that's been awesome.
Stressful times have a way of showing weaknesses in yourself and in your business, but for me post-earthquake I realised that communications was something that I needed to work on, and luckily enough this course helped me by teaching us about, one of the things was coaching conversations and how to have those conversations to draw people out when they are stuck in a place and want to be able to move on.
Well, I think Rebekah has had more confidence in me, that flows on, to confidence that we are doing the right things and we are in a good business and we are in the right place, and that creates energy.
After doing Understanding Your Farming Business course, I now know what the accounts that I get back from the accountant actually mean. That was a huge thing and a huge change, and it gave me heaps of confidence to have those conversations with the bank manager, with the accountant, with farm advisors, and actually know what it was that I'm talking about. They're looking at me for answers. So it's not just the wife sitting making the cups of tea scenario. The way that we label ourselves over that course changed from introducing ourselves as a farmer's wife. When we started calling ourselves critical farming partners or chief financial officers, it really changes the way you look at yourself, and you're able to stand up at the end of the course and introduce yourself and say, this is me, I'm amazing.